See the March 28 Indian Express newspaper. First article is related to states too can define minority status center. Let us see in detail about this article. Central government has told Supreme Court that certain states where Hindus or other communities are less in number can declare themselves minorities within their own territory to enable them to set up and administer their own institutions. Center's response came in a plea making minority status for Hindus in states like Punjab and Mizoram in accordance with the principle laid down by Supreme Court in its TMA-PAI ruling 2002. TMA-PAI case, Supreme Court said, for the purpose of Article 30, religious and linguistic minorities have to be considered state-wise. The Centre has clarified that under Constitution, both Parliament and state legislature have concurrent powers to enact law to provide for protection of minorities and their interest. Currently, only those communities notified under Section 2C of the National Minorities Commission Act 1992 by central government are regarded as minorities. They are Muslim, Christian, Sikhs, Buddhist, Parsis and Jains. Constitution on minorities. Though not defined in Constitution, expression minority appears in Article 29, 30 and 350A. Article 29 deals with the protection of interest of minorities, while Article 30 deals with the right of minorities to establish and administer the educational institution. Article 350A Article 30 deals with the right of minorities to establish and administer educational institution. Article 350A says that there shall be a special officer for linguistic minorities to be appointed by the President, whose duty is to investigate all matters relating to safeguard provided for linguistic minorities. These are all the constitution articles for minorities. Okay. In this article, what we are saying is, quote for not taking a stand on politically sensitive question of identifying minorities at the state level and granting of minority status to Hindus in state where their numbers have fallen below that of other communities. Centre has finally broken its silence and put the onus on states, saying that they too have the power to declare community as minorities. Minority Affairs said, Ministry said, state government can also declare a religious or linguistic community as minority community within the state. Granting the prayer of petitioner to identify the minority at state level would mean that Centre will have to take decision on according Hindus and smaller groups with minority status in places such as Kashmir, Punjab and many northeastern states. Okay, next the continuation of the article here is, Hindus are minorities in Lakshadweep, Mizoram, Nagaland, Meghalaya, Jammu and Kashmir, Arunachal Pradesh, Manipur, Punjab, and that they should be given a minority status in these states in accordance with the principle laid down by Supreme Court in 2002 TMA-PAI ruling. In TMA-PAI case, Supreme Court has said that the purpose of Article 30 deals with the right of minority to establish and administer the educational institutions. Religious and linguistic minorities have considered state-wise. Minority Act, National Commission for Minorities Act 1992, Centre had in 1993 notified 5 communities, Muslims, Sikh, Buddhist, Parsis and Christians as minorities. He pointed out that Jains were also added in the list of minorities in 2014 only. The government said that under the Constitution, both the Parliament and state legislature have concurrent powers to enact law to provide for the protection of minorities and their interest, and added that if the views that state alone have the power to enact laws on the subject of minority is accepted. In such a case, the Parliament will be denuded of its power to enact laws on said subject and would be contrary to constitutional scheme. The Upadhyaya moved in Supreme Court in 2017. Supreme Court asked him to approach the National Commission for Minorities, which took the stand that it does not have the jurisdiction to deal with the prayer, and that under Section 2A of National Commission of Minorities Act, only Centre can declare community as minority. Okay, this is what the article is all about. Next article that we are moving to is related to Jaishankar in Maldives takes stock of projects, signs key pacts. Defense cooperation is a crucial component of the India-Maldives partnership. Jaishankar said he is formally handed over to the Chief of Maldivian Defense Force. Coastal radar system comprises 10 radar stations. Jaishankar said, we have all discussion on regional scrutiny and maritime safety issues. I think that there is a threat of transnational crime and terrorism. Drug trafficking is indeed very serious. National College of Policing and Law Enforcement, which was inaugurated on Sunday, is India's largest grant-funded project in Maldives, Jaishankar said. It will assist the Maldives Police Service to train its officers and enhance its crime-fighting capacities for the years to come. Iconic Great Mali Connectivity Project has the potential of transforming the transport landscape of Maldivian capital. Okay. The two sides signed a pact paving the way for connectivity between Higher Education Network of Maldives and National Knowledge Network of India, which is expected to enable access to digital libraries and networking sources for students and Maldivian education professionals. They also signed an agreement for reciprocal recognition of COVID vaccination certificates. Pandora Papers. Indians are required to declare any association with an offshore trust, be it as settlor, trustee or beneficiary in the foreign asset declaration sections of their income tax returns. If they fail to do so, they are liable for stiff penalties and fines under 2015 Black Money Act. This is what all about. Next article that we are moving into is related to Savant set to take oath as Goa CM today. Savant, a Chief Minister poster welcoming Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Union Home Minister Amit Shah and BJP nationals and other come across a Panaji. Okay. Next article that we are moving into is related to Gadkari, hope Congress get strong, opposition is good for democracy. Those who follow Congress ideology would remain in the party and have faith in its ideals. In 1978 to 80, I had joined the BJP and had come to Pune to participate in the party convention. When I got off the railway station carrying the publicity materials on my shoulders, I bumped into Shrikant Jikar, who suggested to me and I should enter a good party which will give me a future. I told him that I will jump into a well and end my life but won't abandon my ideology. That time BJP had only 2 MPs in Lok Sabha, but times changed with efforts of party workers. Okay, this is what the article is about. Maharashtra government may change its mind. Hope for Nana refinery project revival, says Pradhan. Speaking at the event, Pradhan said in collaboration with the United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia, it was planned to build 6 million tons of oil refinery on Konkan coast. Okay, Nana oil refinery project in Konkan has the potential to contribute millions of crores of rupees in employment to the Maharashtra economy, though the project has been stalled for the last few years due to opposition. Okay. At the same time, there was also a need to gradually reconsider how much higher education fees should be. It is time to consider whether the fees for children of rich entrepreneurs, political leaders and children of common man coming from rural areas should be same in the government educational institution. This is what the article is all about. Next article is Naga outfit. Band in border area center 7th day. Manipur stares at threat to supply line. Kizoltsa is a forested area located near Zukua Valley bordering Nagaland and Manipur. The valley has been a bone of contention between Mao Nagas of Senapati and southern Angami Nagas of Kohima, Nagaland. The latter claims that Kizolto in Manipur Senapati district is a part of Angami tribal ancestral land and was unfairly made a part of Manipur by the British in the colonial era. Okay, next article that we are moving into is related to Chinese checkers. Beijing wants business as usual, but Delhi is one none of it. Wealth of Nation is well known. His other book, Theory of Moral Sentiments, though equally influential, is lesser known. Smith raises a hypothetical scenario of ethical conflict in it, asking what would Europe do if a great Chinese empire were to be swallowed up by an earthquake. He would obviously express sorrow and make melancholy reflection upon the precariousness of human life, and might also speculate over how this disaster would impact the commerce in Europe. And when all this fine philosophy was over, he would pursue his business or his pleasure with the same ease and tranquility as if no such accident had happened. After all disaster and bilateral relation, we quietly walked into Delhi to tell the Indian leaders that two should get along with business as usual. Okay, China and India should not let the border issue define or affect the overall development of the bilateral relationship. This is what the article is about. Let us continue the article in the next video. Thank you. If you like the video, please do share, like, comment and subscribe. Thank you.